Our costumes designer, Jacqueline Duran, is a genius. She and I spent a few glorious days together in London at a costume shop looking through research because I wanted everything in the movie to feel like they're not costumes, they're just these people's clothes. Because that's, to me, what makes it feel modern.
I love working with Jacqueline. She's an actor's costume designer. Jacqueline understands that a way of finding their character is through what you put on, is literally the layers that you start to put on as an actor in the morning, start to help you go deeper into who the person is.
I also wanted every piece of it to be researched and be able to be footnoted. There's a very particular painting by Winslow Homer of girls on the beach that was painted in 1870, and one girl's just wringing out her bathing costume, and there was something about just that action that's like, oh, I know that girl. Yeah, it's wet.
Every character has their own palette as a child and an adult. And you'll see that there's clothes that one character is wearing as a child that another character is wearing as an adult, or a piece of fabric that got sewn into something, or Laurie and Joe are constantly exchanging clothes.
I will say together, they have this quality of they're both beautiful and they're both handsome. They're kind of androgynous creatures. And actually, Jacqueline had them trade clothes the whole movie. So they're always wearing each other's clothes. Like the scene where Joe offhandedly gives him her ring, he's wearing a yellow vest, which then she's wearing when they're on the hillside and he proposes to her. There's things like that all over the movie because I just wanted them to seem like they were one and the same.
Have fun, little Daisy. Hey, Laurie. Jacqueline really created individual personalities, each one of them expressed through the clothing. Meg, I would say, of the four sisters, is the more traditionally feminine. She's the one that wants to get married, and she's very romantic. And even with Meg's costume, Jacqueline and I wanted to portray this kind of courtly love, almost sort of medieval feeling with her clothes, that her imagination almost belonged to another time.
Something that I did work with Jacqueline on was making Beth's costumes a little wonky or not quite fitting her properly. I think she's a little forgetful sometimes, and she's so focused on the present and is so in love with her sisters that she can sometimes forget about the material things. And I think that's such a beautiful touch to Beth as a character and her complexity.
Jacqueline really wants you to feel happy in the clothes that you wear. So I had a joy being Amy because I got all the best things. We kind of made this narrative that whenever Amy was free or not doing anything, she'd be adding trims or buttons or frills, and that was such a wonderful little thing to give specifically to Amy. The hard work that they've put in is mega, and you can see that on everyone's costumes. I have a lot of fun in the costume department.